Ever feel like playing the hero is holding you back? Maybe it's time to tap into your villain era. The confident, unapologetic version of you who stops living for approval. Welcome to Earworm English. In today's episode, we're diving into the villain mindset. A powerful mental shift that helps you set bold boundaries, own your truth, and stop caring what people think. It's not about being cruel. It's about being clear. Like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. What's one thing you'd do differently if you didn't care about others' opinions? Stick around, your most fearless self is waiting.
Have you ever felt like you're living your life inside someone else's expectations?
Oh, definitely.
Like you're constantly performing just to fit in, just to be liked, to avoid judgment.
Yeah, same here. It's a thing.
Okay, let's really dig into that feeling today. Because we're looking at, a surprisingly different route to confidence. It's about thinking like a villain.
Okay, now hold on a sec. Before anyone pictures like cartoonish evil.
Right.
The material we've been exploring makes this really key distinction. This isn't about being cruel or malicious. Not at all.
No.
Instead, it's about adopting a mindset of being powerful, clear in your intentions, and just unapologetic about going after them.
Exactly. And we've got some really thought-provoking stuff here that dives into this villain mindset idea. Our goal is, to pull out the core insights that can actually help you.
Yeah, to show how embracing this kind of strong, self-directed way of thinking could be a real game changer.
Hopefully leading to those aha moments we all kind of look for. So, buckle up for a conversation that might just flip your perspective a bit.
So what immediately jumps out is its take on that constant worry, about being judged.
Oh, yeah.
It points to something we all kind of know deep down. People are going to judge you anyway.
So true.
Whether you're too loud, too quiet, too confident, too shy, someone always has something to say. It's like this background noise of opinion.
Isn't it the truth? It can be absolutely draining, just trying to anticipate and navigate everyone else's potential reactions.
Right.
But then this idea offers this really direct contrast, the villain's mindset. I don't exist to please you. I'm not shrinking to fit your comfort zone.
Wow. That's blunt.
It is. Talk about a liberating thought, though. Imagine really internalizing that.
And there's some incredibly relatable examples of how this fear of judgment, can actually paralyze us.
Like what?
Well, think back to school. How many times did you have a question? Maybe. But hesitated. Worried about looking foolish.
Oh my gosh, yes. That specific example. Not speaking up for fear of laughter. I felt that.
It's pretty universal, I think.
And it's not just in class, is it? It's about putting yourself out there, maybe creatively.
Yeah, like the point about not posting a video online because you're thinking, oh God, what if people cringe?
Ugh, yes. That fear of negative feedback can totally stop you before you even start.
Absolutely. And it even hits our bigger goals, right? The idea of keeping our dreams small. Almost protecting ourselves beforehand. Because we worry others will think they're unrealistic or, silly.
Yeah, like we're constantly editing our own potential based on imagined reactions.
Exactly. It's like building these invisible walls around yourself, brick by brick, made of other people's what-ifs.
But then you look at this villain perspective, the villain doesn't play small. They walk in like they own the room.
Even if no one knows their name yet.
Yeah.
I love that image.
It's so powerful, isn't it? It speaks to this internal self-assurance that doesn't need outside approval.
And what's really key here, I think, is the nuance. It emphasizes that this villain confidence, it doesn't come from being the loudest person.
Right. Not about shouting.
No. It comes from deciding that your opinion matters more than theirs.
Yeah.
It's a fundamental shift, a reprioritization of whose voice carries the weight for you.
That distinction is so important. It's not about needing to dominate every conversation.
No.
It's about having a quiet, firm belief in your own perspective. And there are some really practical illustrations of this, like learning a new language.
Okay, yeah.
You might feel self-conscious,
Right.
right, about your accent or grammar mistakes.
Totally.
But the villain mindset, as suggested here, is like speak it with confidence, even if you make mistakes. That's the path to fluency.
It's about valuing the progress, your desire to communicate over that fear of messing up in front of people.
Exactly.
And the same thing applies to, well, any creative thing, really.
Yeah.
Starting something new, sharing your work, and it involves vulnerability. You might worry about, I don't know, low engagement or criticism. But the approach outlined here is do it anyway, even if the first 5 videos flop.
It's about honoring that impulse to create and share regardless of the immediate reaction. And this one really struck me. Dreaming of becoming something big, stop over-explaining. Start acting like you already are.
That's interesting. Tell me more.
It's such a subtle but powerful shift. Instead of constantly feeling like you need to justify your ambitions or get reassurance, you just embody the mindset of the person you want to be. It's like you're setting a powerful intention through how you act and believe in yourself.
Like that inner conviction starts radiating outwards.
Yeah.
As it's so well put, real power is quiet. Real confidence is unbothered.
Yeah.
The villain doesn't need permission. They just move. There's a real sense of personal agency there. Self-reliance.
Totally. Now, this idea of your villain origin story, I found that really compelling.
You too.
The suggestion is that every confident person has a moment when they snap out of people-pleasing mode.
Right. That click.
That moment when you just realize, okay, I've had enough. Enough pretending, enough holding back. It's like a switch flips.
It's that pivotal point, isn't it? Right. Where the discomfort of staying stuck, trying to please everyone, finally outweighs the fear of stepping up and maybe facing judgment.
Yeah. And the scenarios offered for these turning points are very human, very relatable, like going through a breakup.
Oh, for sure. And suddenly realizing how much you were maybe shrinking yourself to fit someone else's needs.
Exactly. Or that gut punch when someone laughs at your dreams or makes some condescending comment.
That kind of negativity, it's suggested, can actually become fuel.
Yeah. Like it ignites this fierce internal drive, not just to prove them wrong, but more importantly, to honor your own vision.
And sometimes, as Clive pointed out, it's just an accumulation, feeling unseen, unheard.
Yeah, getting tired of it.
Just a gradual exhaustion with constantly minimizing yourself.
Yeah.
But whatever the trigger is, the point is, it's powerful. It's the moment you consciously decide, okay, this is my narrative, my worth.
It's so interesting to contrast the typical hero-villain narrative here, too. Heroes are loved, it reminds us. Right. Villains are remembered. Why? Because they chose authenticity over approval.
That is thought-provoking. We're so often pushed to prioritize being liked, aren't we?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But maybe true impact, lasting impact, comes from embracing your genuine self, even if it ruffles some feathers.
And that brings us nicely to the practical stuff, the villain mindset formula, as it's called.
That's a formula.
Yeah. And it's not about, like, a dramatic costume change or anything. It's about making these key shifts in how you think and act.
Gotcha. So what's the first part?
First element, know exactly what you want. No apologies. That clarity, that vision, without constantly feeling you need to justify it.
Yeah.
That's incredibly empowering.
Absolutely. Owning your goals without that little voice saying, but is that okay? Will people approve?
Right. And the second part, stop seeking permission. You already have the right to exist.
That's huge. So often we wait for some external green light, don't we?
We do. But this mindset recognizes your inherent worth, your right to just be and pursue your path.
Okay, what's next?
Then there's the vital bit about boundaries. Set boundaries like it's self-care, because it is.
Yes, that rings true.
It really nails it there. Protecting your time, your energy, your emotional space. It isn't selfish. It's fundamental, like protecting your most valuable resources.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really connected with this one. Let your silence say more than your explanations ever could.
Ooh, interesting. How so?
Well, there's a real strength in not feeling that constant need to over-explain or justify yourself. You know, sometimes your actions, your presence, just speak volumes.
That's true. Quiet power. And finally, the formula wraps up with, and walk like you've already made it, even if you're still on step one.
Ah, back to that embodying idea.
Exactly. Carrying yourself with that quiet confidence of someone who's already achieving their goals can actually help propel you there. It's self-belief in action.
Okay, so let's talk about being unbothered for a second, because it clarifies that this doesn't mean being rude or cold.
Right. Crucial distinction.
It means your mood is no longer controlled by someone else's opinion.
Yes. It's not about being dismissive or unkind. It's about cultivating this internal emotional resilience, not getting easily swayed by feedback or judgment.
Makes sense.
And the examples given really bring this to life. Like, imagine you pour your heart into creating something. And maybe it doesn't get the likes or praise you hope for right away. The unbothered villain, as described, still posted. They don't let that lack of instant validation kill their passion.
Or think about learning a new skill, like we mentioned with language. Maybe someone makes a dismissive comment about your accent.
Right.
The unbothered response, according to this idea, is to still practice. You prioritize your own growth over their negativity.
Exactly. And even in situations that might naturally make you anxious, like giving a presentation, or just stepping outside your comfort zone, the unbothered villain still showed up, pushing through the discomfort, not letting fear of judgment hold you back.
It really hits the nail on the head when it says the villain mindset isn't about hurting others, it's about protecting yourself.
Your peace, your purpose, your power.
Yes.
It's like an internal shield, helping you navigate all that external noise and stay focused on your own path, your own values.
So ultimately, this deep dive into the villain mindset, it isn't about encouraging anyone to become, a villain.
No, not literally. It's about reclaiming your personal power, valuing your own voice above the crowd.
Yeah, and moving through the world with a strong, quiet, unwavering sense of self-confidence.
Well said.
And on that powerful note, we want to leave you with this thought from the material. You don't owe anyone your silence, your apology, or your potential. You owe yourself a life you're proud of. So maybe, just maybe, it's time to step into your own villain era. Calm, focused, and absolutely unbothered.
And if this exploration has resonated with you, if it sparked something, don't just let it fade. Share it with someone you think might need this perspective.
Yeah.
Save it so you can come back to it. And definitely subscribe, because this isn't just about, a quick hit of motivation.
Right.
It's about actively cultivating a mindset that truly empowers you for the long run.
Absolutely. And as you go about your day-to-day, maybe take a moment, ask yourself, what's one expectation, big or small, that you are ready to release right now?